Hello, Kathy. Let me get myself set up here. There we go. I'm babysitting. Who we're babysitting? Babies. Oh, we got grandkids. Ooh, okay. I don't have any grandkids yet. My kids are just about to go start their own lives pretty soon. A few more years. Get a sound check, Kathy. Everything good? Well, we're all old, Kathy. We're getting there. Getting older day by day. Alright, we'll give everybody a few minutes to shuffle in here. And then we'll get started. Got some cool stuff to check out this week. I don't know how you traipse around out in the woods all the time without your sinuses bothering me. I live in the city, and mine are killing me. Hey, Cowboy, welcome to the show, man. Welcome. Everything's working there. Got that going. Alright. Let's see what there is to see this week. Not gonna show up. Let's look at this guy here. So I think we're gonna have, let's see, we're gonna have a new video coming out probably, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. It might be tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow or Sunday morning, more likely. And this is gonna be a little preview of what we might see there. As always, if anybody's seen anything cool lately, you have any questions, throw them out. I think we're only at 3 people right now, so we're gonna just move on. I don't know anything about this picture, but you know, I always sort of live by that that theory that there's only a handful of Bigfoot suits out there in the world. It's the Bigfoot suits out there in the world. and I don't think that every picture we see is one. And you can kind of look at this one like with the hair imperfections and stuff. I don't know. I guess you could argue this two ways. Either it's not a suit because of the hair imperfections, or it has this sort of straight angle, almost like a flat top going on. You could argue that this is a suit because of that. Hey, Lynn, welcome, buddy. Thanks for coming by. You know, either that or somebody just got really lucky and caught a picture of this guy out in the open. I don't know. Trying out some new music this week, some medieval lute music. Got a little played out on the chill vibes. Let's see. Unfortunately, I don't think this one's going to show up at all on this format, but but it will be in this week's video. If you can look right here, this general area right here, you're going to see a very distorted eye socket here, nose here, mouth, actually two lips right there, and a cheekbone right here. This is Daryl Denton's video, or yeah, like he said that he was driving with his daughter, like his daughter's like 9 years old, and the daughter says, you know, hey daddy, there's a Bigfoot chasing a deer along the side of the road, and he like comes to a halt, and they have the camera going. There's a bunch of pictures of like dark spots disappearing and reappearing, whatever. Anyway, this is the only one. I guess they said that eventually the creature had stopped to try to basically go into hiding, and this is the one that they had caught of its face. Daryl's a pretty interesting guy. He's the has the group. Oh God, what's it called? Bigfoot and other creatures, something to that effect. I don't know. It's on Facebook. It's a really good group. I'm a part of that group. I should know the name, but they have some interesting stuff. Oh yeah, Daryl's a great guy. I got to meet him at the we met him at the conference there, but it was it's funny, we both knew that we were coming to the conference, but we didn't set up a time where we were going to meet or anything like that. But as we were leaving Bigfoot World's stage presentation, I think we were sitting in seats that we weren't supposed to be at, but we were sitting like right there in the middle. But anyway, so we left kind of quickly after you guys' set, and as we were leaving, I was turning the corner, and there was Daryl sitting there, and I'd never met the man before, but I like I said, we kind of recognized each other fairly quickly, and so I was able to at least speak to him and say hello. Super nice guy. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to stay and talk to him more. I think he was there. He was sticking around for Dr. Meldrum, possibly, I don't know, Politis and Moorhead and the other guys that were there. I came to see Bigfoot World, and then we had to go. So. This one's interesting to me, mainly because of this this crease right here. You guys see this? It goes almost all the way across the picture, and then there seems to be another one down here. This looks like a folded picture. Yeah, I know he was at the Cryptids conference in Gatlinburg. Q and I were there. Jeez, I don't even know. It's got to be going on 4 years now. 3, 4, maybe 5 years. Yeah, it's a funny story actually. We were vacationing in Tennessee in Pigeon Forge. Don't ever do that, by the way. Pigeon Forge is a complete dump. It's just tourist garbage. Nothing like I expected. But go to Blairsville if you're gonna go to Tennessee. But anyway, so we were staying there. We had a cabin, and we were enjoying ourselves, getting out of the city, getting out away from Pigeon Forge and doing this or that. And I think we went to the Christmas store in Pigeon Forge, and I got like an alert on my phone, and it was like an email reminder about the Cryptid conference, and I was like, what the hell is this? And she gasped. She's like, oh my God. She goes, I bought tickets for that. And I was like, we had both totally forgot. And I was like, you know what? Just don't worry about it. It's all the way in Gatlinburg. And she's like, no way. She's like, we have time to get there. So she floored it all the way to Gatlinburg, and we got there and we went to the conference, and it was a good time. We were able to meet some cool people. Vinny Vineyard was there. Scott Carpenter was there. Bobo was there. Gosh, there was quite a few people there. It was a cool show. We enjoyed ourselves there. But anyway, like I was saying, this picture is interesting to me because I feel like it's an old photograph that's been folded in half at some point. To me, I guess that it somehow adds to the legitimacy of it, and I'm not 100% sure why, other than I guess that rules out things like photoshopping and AI. I just think it's an interesting photo, and I found it in my archives today. I'm digging through my archives, and I'm pulling out all the old crap that that I forgot I had. Just digging through thousands of pictures, trying to find stuff that's decent enough for the videos, I like that picture. And I'll tell you what, I've got something interesting for you guys today. Everyone has seen this picture, right? In fact, it has a whole backstory to go with it about some guy at some creek that took this picture. He was a park ranger and blah, blah, blah. Kathy, you've never seen this picture? Really? Oh, man, okay. So this is a big one. This has been out there for a long time. Now here's what makes it interesting. If you ever get the opportunity, if you're ever in Cherry Log, Georgia, or they call it Blue Ridge, but it's really Cherry Log, they have a place called Expedition Bigfoot. And again, Q and I went there on vacation. If you are a Bigfoot fan, go. It's totally worth your $13 or whatever it is. You pick up a couple souvenirs, maybe a book, you walk around the place, you watch a movie, it's cool stuff. It's a little touristy, but it's cool. Brian, it absolutely could come from Texas for all I know. I forget where it was supposed to have been taken at, but I'm gonna get to the point there. But so this picture is hanging up on the wall in Expedition Bigfoot, right next to a fake picture of the Mark Anders suit and a couple of other questionable pictures. So what you should take from that is that the people at Expedition Bigfoot, well, they're there to sell tickets They're not really there for authenticity reasons. They're not really trying to find truth or anything like that. It's just a tourist spot. But that doesn't mean it's not fun. You should still go. So, here's what we should take away from this picture. There's 3 of them, and excuse me while I scroll. Okay, this is the one that everybody sees. See, he's there, he has his mouth closed, this hulking creature standing in this like marsh area, whatever. I'm going to tell you why it's fake. I hate doing that, but it's true. This looks to me like somebody just reversed the picture, like a different direction, changed the filter. That's not why. This is the very little scene. I don't think many people have ever seen this picture. Same creature, same marsh, swamp, whatever else, standing facing the same direction, which the camera was over here. Now, one of 2 things have happened. Either there's 2 cameramen taking a picture of the same creature from 2 different angles, or this guy over here took his picture. Yeah, I didn't figure you had, Brian. And then came around here and then took a picture from over here, okay? So, A, let's just rule out scenario B. No creature is going to just stand here perfectly still while this guy takes a shot from here and then turns around and takes a shot from here. Okay? Let's just say that there was 2 cameramen with 2 similar cameras. Really? I mean, doesn't that seem a little far-fetched to anybody? So, as I say, this is the original, well-known picture. Some people mistake this creature as having its mouth open right here. That's not the case. It has the sealed lips right there. In fact, we might be able to zoom in a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. So you can see its mouth right there, 2 lips. I mean, whatever it is, I gotta say it's cool. I don't know if it's like a suit or like a little figurine, like a statue. You know, that's another thing. We have no way of determining size here. It could be 3 foot tall for all we know. But, eyes playing tricks on me? Oh, we have 2 Brians. Okay. Welcome, Brian Barber and Brian Felt. About the first second I was stroking out there. But anyway, let's take one final look at this picture here. Hello, Scott. Welcome. So we'll take one final look at this. This picture is definitely not as detailed as the front-facing picture, but this is the side of that same creature with the same foliage. So unfortunately, I'm going to call this picture a fake. And I don't know about the guy's originating story, because a lot of times what happens is a picture will hit the internet and then like a million like little captions come up with it as far as who took the picture and where. I've seen pictures that have like 12 different origins, you know, so you don't know. Is that one holding the hand of it? I don't know exactly. I see what you're saying. I think what happens here is that the hand gets lost in its own shadow. As you can see its other hand there. And then again over here, I think it just ends in its own shadow. But as I say, that is the side view of that same creature. And that, for me, pretty well proves that it's a fake. And I can see why they would never like release this picture publicly, because it absolutely dilutes this picture, you know? Hello, Pamela. Welcome. Yeah, Brian. I mean, I love the Freeman, footage. I think that's obviously that's a classic. So anyway, tell your friends that's a fake, and that will be in our video, our upcoming video for sure. Yeah, Brian, I did get the pictures, and I responded to you twice. I emailed you back twice. If you're not getting those emails, maybe check your spam folder or something. I appreciate the photos, and I did respond. I didn't just leave you hanging. So, unfortunately, we got a blob of something here, but that's weird you haven't got it, Brian. You know, Brian, I got the email from you, Brian, asking, hey, did you get my pictures? And I responded back to you kind of like stupidly, like, yeah, I got those and I responded. So you should have two emails from us. So maybe, like I said, maybe check your spam folder. They got to be there somewhere. I responded to the email that you sent to me. So. Because I believe we were talking about the stride in the snow of the one set of pictures you just sent me. It was pretty interesting. I have one from, I have an old one. I bet you, well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that Kathy doesn't remember this, because that's probably not true. But I bet it's been a while since she's even thought about this one. If I can find where they went. No, that's not it. That's not the one. I should have found it before I got so boastful about it. What I don't like about this photo setup, and one day I'll figure out how to fix it, is that it goes back, it sorts the picture by the date that it was like taken or uploaded or something. It doesn't like, if I uploaded all these pictures today, I want them to all be right there, in the same little area. But that is not, of course, that is not the way this is going to go for me. All right. Alas, I will find it. Yeah, Brian. I mean, it was obviously a cool set of pictures. Like I said, I enjoyed checking those out. So, no doubt. Kathy, how old is it? Well, do you remember? See, this kind of stuff pisses me off. I should be able to find this. Do you remember? You were walking and taking film with another group. I want to say like Tim T was there maybe, but you were walking. That creature peeked out from behind a tree and then disappeared. And I was able to take the two photos, and I was able to show that the creature was there one moment and then had disappeared the next. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying my scrolling. I'm gonna obsess over this until I find it. Oh, you know what though? This one is from Bigfoot World too. This is one of Kathy's. It's a super cool picture. And oh man, this is not giving it justice at all. If you could see this picture, you could see the detail of the mouth and the nostrils and the eye sockets here. Unfortunately, the way this screen is, it's not going to be able to pay this picture the justice that it deserves. I don't think so, Kathy. This was, remember the one that had like that huge, like ravine, or like a dried pond or something that went down? I think you almost fell in it. It's a super cool picture. Like I said, unfortunately, everybody should go check that one out on the Bigfoot World page, because this thing here is just not paying it. It's not giving it justice. So, gonna continue to look here for just a moment before I frustratedly give up and move on. Ultimately, that is what will happen. One day we're gonna make this a show worth watching, I promise. I'm guessing that this is what's happening, is that it hadn't, all these pictures didn't load. Well, I've got all these. Alright, so as I said, I will give up in frustration. I think what happened, I tell you what, I will focus on getting those for next time. I think what happened, Kathy, is that, damn it. Technical difficulties there. I think what happened was that all the pictures didn't transfer over for tonight's show. That's really what happened. So. But this is one of Kathy's as well. All right, let's go back up here. I know I had some different stuff. I'm thinking about doing a new segment on the channel where I watch these Bigfoot movies that are out and give a review on the movie. Because I know there's probably about, I don't know, there's got to be a handful, probably 25, 30 movies about Bigfoot. Brian, that's a loaded question, Brian. So I think that there are probably 2 to 3 that are visible. But then if you watch the extended, like 7-minute version, 7.5-minute version of the Patterson-Gimlin film, like we always see the 34 seconds where Patty's walking through, that whole movie is about 7.5 minutes. As they pull up to the area, you can see these like mounds of brown, and for many years people have chalked them up to being dead trees because they were logging in that area. But there is some theory that exists that those mounds are bodies of Sasquatch, because beforehand the local authorities and the Federal Wildlife Association had gotten these complaints from the loggers that they were being attacked and accosted by this local tribe of huge hairy people. So, what do? These, I'll say entrepreneurial Americans, such as like J.P. Morgan and people like that, you're not going to let something like that stand in your way of profit. So the idea was that they went in there and killed most of those Sasquatch, and for all we know, they killed Patty as well. And I know that's kind of a bleak outlook on things, but I mean, think about it. Like, yeah, if they wanted him out of there and they didn't want to deal with him anymore, that's what they would have done. But I think that you can definitely see at least one face in the woods behind Patty, but there might be a couple. Theory is that she had dropped her baby off on the left side of the screen and that she was walking the opposite direction to draw the hunters away from her baby. Yeah, you can find that video numerous, spots online. I may at some point do a video on it, but if I do, I don't want to cover the same old crap about Patty. I mean, it's just been done to death. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it a suit? Is it this? Is it that? If I feel that I can bring anything different to the story of Patty, I will do a video about Patterson-Gimlin. But until then, until I get all my ducks in a row, it's a dead subject for me. I don't, I don't care. I mean, I think Patty was a real thing, and I don't really care about an argument that she wasn't, because it's not really based in anything. You can't prove non-existence, and I don't know. I hate to think that that's how things went down with that tribe of Sasquatch, but I mean, let's just be honest. There was, back then and before that, there were probably, 10 times the amount of Sasquatch that there are now. Which, hey, it's a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. I mean, if you listen to some of the Native American tales about Sasquatch, it's pretty terrifying. You know, basically they've kidnapped their women and children, and just it's pretty terrifying. So, you know, you could imagine our, I guess I'll just say, not to be controversial, but I'll say our white people problems, like, you know, dealing with bugs or the occasional rodents or whatever. You imagine a Sasquatch just rolling up to your house, kicking in the door and stealing your wife. I mean, that was their reality. But if you get the opportunity, yeah, you can find that 7.5 minute video online. You'll see Patterson and Gimlin kind of horsebacking into the area, which was a feat in itself. And as they come up, you'll see those mounds that I'm talking about, and it's pretty quick shot, but they're there. So all right, let's see what else there is to see in our little bag tonight. Oh man, this picture here, this picture is really messing with me. This is a picture, I don't want to use the term newcomer, but she's new in my circle. She goes by the name Dutchy Beliefs. And how can I put this? I guess there's two schools of thought when it comes to the Sasquatch world, okay? You've got what they call apers, and you've got the wooers. I myself am an aper, meaning that I believe that Sasquatch is an unidentified bipedal primate, flesh and blood creature. People like Dutchy, Scott Carpenter, I might even go as far as to put Kathy here from Bigfoot World into that category as what you might call wooers, which believe that Sasquatch have a different set of I don't want to say powers, that's not right, but like limitations. Okay. Possible multi-dimensional, possible portal travel, just various things like that, right? I knew you were Kathy. I knew you were one of those wooers. Now, if you watched my last video, I had put one of Bigfoot World's pictures right at the end because I wanted to talk about it in length. And again, I am an aper, but I don't like to sit strongly on one side or the other, right? I always like to keep my horizons wide as far as like what could be. And looking at that last picture on our last video, it was fairly clear to me that we were seeing the face of what I'll just call a Sasquatch or a skunk ape, whatever you want to call it. But you couldn't see the body. So, you know, a wooer is going to tell you, well, that's because they are, they're cloaking, or they are leaving or entering a portal, or, you know, something to that effect. I would lean more on the logical side, saying that they possess camouflage camouflaging abilities that we don't quite understand. Like, I mean, sort of like a chameleon, or even owls, various bugs that just hide in plain sight. Something to that effect. I'm not going to go as far as to say that they're using portals for travel, but that picture really shocked me. Now, that would lead me back to this picture. So, this picture, let me zoom out. So it's very much just a shot of some trees. Almost looks like a tree structure. And this guy is sitting in the middle of it, okay? Now I'm going to come back down low. Let's get a good look at this guy. There you go. There you go. That's a good shot. I mean, we are clearly looking at some type of cone-shaped head here on the top. Shiny fur or hair. Very pronounced lips, nose. Large black mass as far as body. And obviously the elephant in the room, which is throwing me off, being the aper that I am, is this guy wearing sunglasses? Some sort of goggles? This is where I start to get lost and things stop making sense to me. You know, it's like, I guess I would have to vouch for Dutchie as a person as far as the stuff that she posts and the people that back her and things like that. I wouldn't go as, you know, obviously this is not a staged picture is my point. But this absolutely, this is, if I'm frank with you guys, this is what has stopped me from using this picture in a video. Dutchie has given me her express permission to use any of her pictures in our videos, and I thank her for that. But I don't know how to address this. I don't know how to say that this is real. But it can't be, right? If that makes sense. And so it's got me torn right down the middle. And I've had this picture in my vault for a few weeks now, thinking, well, the next video, you know, we'll use this picture because it's a great picture, but I don't know how to explain this. I mean, look, follow the cursor here, right? From the part where it stops being white, you can see the hair, like from here and here, it's matted down, almost like there's this like some sort of like head strap, and then it comes to this straight bar across the face, which has these round eye covers. I don't know what this thing is. I just don't know how to explain it. And I can't stand things that are unexplainable. I mean, I love things that are unexplainable, but not to this level. This is a whole other level for me. I've been studying Bigfoot for many years, and never in my life have I once thought that a Bigfoot ever wore glasses. Now, that being said, I don't feel it's outside the realm of possibility that this guy found glasses, or let's just be honest, stole some glasses. Kathy's had it happen to her, and was wearing them, you know, and happened to get caught in this shot. So, you know, and I mean, I'm trying to think of a good example where this has happened before. Obviously, we've seen dogs in sunglasses and, you know, cats in party hats and stuff like that. But that's us. That's our human intervention. For it to happen in the wild, I mean, yeah, like birds, they steal very shiny objects and they make their little homes out of it to attract mates, you know. And I don't think it's as much as we pollute the earth with our belongings, we drop things, we lose things. If this guy found these sunglasses, and obviously he's seen humans wear them in the same way before, he's like, why not me? You know, I could rock these sunglasses. It's the only thing I can come up with. It's the only thing I can come up with that even begins to make any sense at all. I sound like a stark raving lunatic at this point, but I mean, I'm just trying to figure this picture out. So anyway, I'm gonna hop off this subject, and hopefully I'll find the courage to address this picture in one of our upcoming videos, because I feel like it's worthy. I just don't exactly know how to go about it, if I'm frank. I don't know about this picture. It reminds me of an orang pendek. If you ever heard of one of those, it's sort of Indonesia, Thailand, you know, sort of version of Sasquatch. Not really considered, like Vietnam, Laos, that area would be more like, they call them rock apes. But this is more like an orang pendek. A little slimmer, longer legs than your typical Sasquatch. Welcome everybody. There are 14 people in the room and nobody's saying a word, so if anybody has anything to add, please step forward. Let's talk about it. Let's throw out a subject. Any questions? No questions or dumb questions? Except for the dumb ones. Man, I want to do a video on this story one of these days, but I think this comes back to the fact that it's been done to death. But it really is a fascinating story about Boggy Creek. I, This is a doll, right? There's no way this isn't a doll. Like, I don't think it's anything else but some sort of weird doll. Somebody went through a lot of trouble to make this creepy little thing, but no, I don't feel that that's a baby Bigfoot or anything of the like. It's just a doll. Oh, that's a cool picture. Yeah, I like that one. I can't zoom in on this one anymore without it getting... Well, I can't zoom in on it anymore. But if I did, it would get real pixelated. But I think you can just, like right here, we can see a head. We can see large, sort of hulking shoulders and arms. Waist is here, so the arms are definitely going past the waist, down right above the knee. It's a cool picture. I don't know. I wish there was more to it. I wish there was more of a storyline. I don't know where it came from or if the guy took more than this one, but I'd say there's not a lot to say about this one. Obviously looks like a trail cam. And I'll tell you what, whatever that thing is, I do not want to meet up with it at night. It's got some large, like sort of a gaping maw. It almost looks like there's some red in the eyes there. It looks angry. Huh. I think that's the kind of Bigfoot you hear about, like, you know, before people get attacked and stuff like that, you know. Or the Bigfoot where you don't hear about an attack at all because the people didn't make it through it. That one is not my camera. That picture is just that blurry. And unfortunately, because of that, it absolutely could be anything. I'm not gonna say that that's anything. I don't know. It could just as well be a brown bear up on that rock there. So you know, unfortunately, not much to see in that one. I pulled this picture because I found it in my archives, you know, today, and I was like, man, I remember that story. This person was telling everybody in the group about how they had found a Bigfoot camp. You know, it was made out of trees and, you know, twigs and whatnot, and they thought they had caught a picture of the elusive creature right here. And it's a guy. It's just a dude. It's a bald guy sticking his face out from behind this tree. He's obviously been caught. Hey, Brandon. He's obviously been caught camping in the woods for whatever reason. And he's hidden himself behind this tree. I don't know. I kept that picture for all these years. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, this person really thinks they found a Bigfoot And what they found was a guy camping in the homeless guy. A homeless guy. It looks like his name's Bob or something, you know. Bob has a drug problem. That's why he's homeless. Brandon, what's new in the world? What's up with you, man? I caught a couple of your comments on the videos recently. Appreciate that. I have no idea who's responsible for this art because people don't sign their art for whatever reason. But I think it's beautiful. I mean, this is brilliant. Like, I've never been face to face with a Sasquatch, but I can just imagine that this is what they actually look like. Make this my thumbnail. Well, you know, Brandon, you got to do what you got to do, bro. Some of us like to drink, some of us like to smoke. I get that. Some of us eat edibles that are way too strong. Let's see, new ones. We went over a few earlier. We were talking about this guy briefly. Yes, sir, it is Friday, and I'm actually off this weekend. All I have to do is some home projects in 115-degree weather, so I'm really looking forward to it. This is more art. This is not, obviously not a real picture, but still cool. Could be. How long have we been on tonight? We started out at 8:30, every other Friday. We go from 8:30 to 10. And we will be shutting it down promptly at 10 o'clock. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to agree with you, man. I'm not sure where you're hailing from, but down here in Florida, that's a wet wool sock. Or moist, if that makes you uncomfortable. Let's see. There's some good ones we haven't seen in a while. You're in New Orleans? Okay, dude. I won't talk to you about humidity then. You already know. Hey, Stormy. Welcome to the Nut House. Yeah, I don't envy you, Brandon. I'm not necessarily near the Everglades here in Florida, so I don't have like that level, but I am directly in between the ocean and the intercoastal, and that's not near as cool as it sounds. It's just constantly hot here. Yeah, Stormy, my my mother lives in well, somewhere in West Virginia, North Springs area, I think. But they own a property that has a mountain on it, basically, and they live in the holler, like right in between. And she says that all the time. She's like, "Oh, it's hot, but you get a breeze down through the holler, you know." Like, I wish we had that here, man. We got nothing. This is hot as shit all the time. Yeah, Kathy, I mean, I've been in Florida most of my life, other than like a couple years I spent in PA, but I don't recall the last time a summer has been this damn brutal. I mean, 115 heat index. It's just been awful. You know? It's not even cool inside your house, and then it's like it's just hard to go outside. You like shower and leave your house for work in the morning. I know you're retired, Kathy. Don't rub it in, okay? But congratulations, by the way. But so when you leave your house in the morning, you're instantly wet. You just walk out your house and it's just ugh. It's gross. That is gross, Brandon. That's thanks for sharing that, buddy. I appreciate that. That's TMI. I don't even know how. Yeah, I guess late in the afternoon. I guess at least the humidity is burned off a little bit. But man, it's just still brutal. Anyway, let's talk about Bigfoot, right? That's what we're here for. So, if anyone hasn't seen this picture yet, I bring it up, just about every week. I want to make sure that, because a lot of people are in and out, not everyone's a regular. But this picture right here was taken by Kathy Westerman, Bigfoot World, in her backyard. Welcome, Damien. Hey, welcome back, Damien. Let me see how my memory serves me. Damien is from Ireland. Is that right? Suspense is killing me. We'll see if I'm right or not. But I am right. All right, I figured. All right, so this guy here again. This was Bigfoot World. Um, we can clearly make out the oval round face here. You've got the steep cranial ridge. You've got the large nose, and I love the fact that you can literally make out two dark nostrils right there. And you've got the big mouth here, which is closed, cheekbone there, facial fur here. This is it's a textbook perfect picture of a Sasquatch that is trying to remain elusive. Like, he doesn't want to show himself. Let's see. What other pictures are there to see? I think we've seen this one before, but this is Provo Canyon. I think to me, it's one of the most impressive Bigfoot pictures ever taken just because of the size of it. I don't blame you, Kathy. You're gonna have to get one of those like air-conditioned vests or something. One of those, like, the vests that have the water recycling through it like a camelback. I mean, you know, Q and I, we go hiking and we get out in the woods, but there's no way, not in this weather. It doesn't matter how early you go, 7 o'clock. It's just stifling out there. So. Brandon, I may have seen what you're talking about, dude. I had two pictures that one that was absolutely definitely a horse. It was a white horse, as a matter of fact. The other one, someone claimed it was a horse, but I don't agree with that. But um, yeah, there's one of the videos I did a long time ago had a white horse that was being mistaken as a Bigfoot. Thanks for joining us, Stormy. Keep squatching, buddy. Kathy, you ever tried gifting? Like non-food gifting? I'm not sure who took this picture. Kathy, this looks like some of Miguel's handiwork, though. I'm guessing this came from your group. Oh, yeah. I recall this one. Same thing here. You can see this guy, like, peeking through these trees. He's just completely buried. Yeah, so Kathy, I don't know if you ever got the opportunity to go check out the second, I think it was the second Bigfoot and Booze that we ever did on this channel. Like I said, we dropped the series because it wasn't very popular and it was difficult to create. But anyway, so I told that story from out there in Deer Haven. If you're familiar with Highway 42, Paisley area, the guy that saw a skunk ape out there threw a mud pie, for lack of a better word, at his car. But when that creature came out of the wood line, it was covered in mud. Just literally, he said head to toe was covered in mud. And you're right, it was keeping cool. And the investigator from BFRO that went out there said that about 30 yards off of that little trail, there was a creek bed. So it found, a muddy area and went and buried itself in mud and was staying cool. Yeah, there's another one. This guy right here. Yeah, I agree, Brandon, and this to me adds to, I don't want to call it a fact, we'll call it a theory, that these are flesh and blood creatures. They're trying to stay cool. They're animals, like all the other animals, and I do believe that they have chameleon abilities, and let's just say cloaking abilities, if you want to call it that. But they're still animals. I don't think they're supernatural beings, If they're burying themselves in the mud to stay cool, it's because they are subject to the same type of physical requirements that we are. Yeah, Scott and I didn't always see eye to eye on Bigfoot research. That's just the way it is. You're in this field, there's different opinions and there's different things. So Scott didn't, like I said, we didn't see eye to eye, but I think that the Bigfoot community is going to suffer. We've suffered a huge loss. Scott was a well-liked guy. I myself liked him, even though I didn't necessarily agree with him all the time. Like I said, I met him in Gatlinburg. He was very nice to me, and he had no reason to be nice to me, other than he was just a nice guy, So yeah, I don't have any ill will towards the man, and our condolences for for his family. So. Yeah, Brandon, well, I guess like, soak and polar bears, right? I mean, I don't think that they don't have the same physical requirements as humans do, but they are flesh, flesh and blood. So they do have some limitations. And I mean, this Florida heat will push anybody. So I don't know if black bears like wallow in mud, but I know pigs do to stay cold, stay cool. So what I mean is, I think that they are physical creatures, and they feel cold, they feel hot, they feel things like that. But as you get up north, like grizzly bears, polar bears, they deal with the cold, they hibernate, they deal with it in their own ways. And I don't think Sasquatch is any different. I mean, they most likely are subterranean, so they live in cave systems, various things like that to keep warm. Be careful, Pam. I don't think you want too many people seeing you do that. They might haul you away. Well, Brandon, none of us do, and I guess that's the fun of it, right? I don't look forward to the day that they capture a couple Sasquatch and put them in the San Diego Zoo, you know, and they're studied and they're documented. I don't look forward to that day. I think at that point we're killing a lot of the mystique around the subject. Yeah, I like I said, I think it's bound to happen one day, but I really don't look forward to it. What you got to do, Brandon, is run you a hose from your exhaust into the water, and then you'll have a jacuzzi. That's a redneck jacuzzi. This is one from Brad Kidd. Yeah, he puts out some interesting stuff. And some of the stuff he puts out is not so interesting, but um, he claims this is a possible Dogman pup. I don't know. I mean, it's hard. There's obviously something right here. Obviously, it ends right here. I don't think it's a bear cub or anything to that effect, but to speculate that it's a Dogman pup, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that subject, obviously. I don't know if I told you guys. I got chastised about, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago for during a video for saying my opinion about Dogman is, like, I don't think Dogman's a thing, and I haven't seen enough physical evidence to, believe in Dogman, etc. You guys have probably heard it before, but this lady just kind of goes off on me in the comments, like, you don't have to say that you don't believe in Dogman every single time that there's a Dogman picture. I'm like, I don't have to. I probably will, but I know I don't have to. It's weird. I think sometimes people forget that it's your channel and they can listen or not listen, but this lady was just, I don't know, kind of being a Karen, but I thought it was funny. Yeah, this is an owl. It's definitely an owl. And I think that we've heard enough about this subject this week. I addressed it in one video. I had to turn around and make its own video because of the hate mail that I got from my opinion on this being an owl. But I'm not going to go over that again. If you guys want to, there's a 7-minute video right before this one that tells all about why this is an owl and not a Bigfoot. It's funny, some people, it's like if you think that one sighting is not a real Bigfoot, then you're a non-believer. You don't believe in Bigfoot. You're one of those skeptics. I'm not. I just call it like I see it. You have to be objective, It's like some stuff's real, some stuff's not real. Right, Kathy? I don't even want to know where you would get a recording like that, but I don't know. I guess for me, Dogmen, they fall in the same category as like Dracula. Not werewolves, because I know the difference, but I mean, the lore is just so strong. Yeah, it's funny you say that, Brandon. Yeah, I was just looking at those. I think I have them here. I know I think I definitely went over them on live at one point. There they are, right there. He still stands by the stupid masks as being real, or actually, I guess it's supposed to be the same one. He said they're two pictures of the same creature, so this is the same thing, which I believe. I mean, come on, bro. And this guy has such a huge following too. Like you say shit about what is he, Ontario Sasquatch or whatever. You're not going to make a lot of friends in the chat. Isn't Ontario Sasquatch? Isn't he the guy? His name is Mike, and he's supposed to be in contact with like that family of Sasquatch, and one of them he taught how to speak. Like the like, I I don't want to make fun of the guy because I mean, but it's just a little far fetched. I mean, I guess it's possible. I guess I have to like physically say it's plausible for a Sasquatch to be taught a language because they do have the vocal cords and everything, so they could kind of maybe mimic us. But it just seems a little far fetched. But if you ever watch like his videos, man, like the Sasquatch is like never on video, but he's always on audio. And he's always like, "I love you, Mike." You know, like he's just talking. I'm like, bro, I have a hard time grasping this as being true. You know? Oh yeah, this dude's dental is up to par for sure. I mean, his skin looks like he uses coconut oil or something on him. Man. He's gleaming. What happens if I click that button? Whoa. Let's hear him, Kathy. I'm curious to know, am I the only person in the cryptid world that doesn't really think Dogman is a thing? While Kathy regales us with her stories about Dogman, I'm going to take a very small break. I will be back momentarily. Drinks are full. We're ready for round 2. I'm back, guys, but give me a second. I gotta read and catch up here. I expected to come back to a story about dogmen from Kathy, and I got nothing out of her. All right. Well, I mean, what is dogman really, right? So, it's just a bipedal wolf type creature, right? And they're said to apparently be pretty aggressive. And some people would even categorize them as being evil, I guess. But if you look at like dire wolves, which are totally a real thing, like not myth or lore. Look at those big Siberian wolves. I mean, it kind of makes you wonder. You're like, man, if this thing was walking on 2 legs, I mean, it would be huge, just a terrifying sight. So, I mean, is it outside the realm of possibility? No. But if it's a real thing, they're more elusive than Sasquatch, you know? I see. That's the angle you're coming from, Kathy. Okay, I hadn't even considered that really to be an angle. So, again, whether I agree with it or not doesn't matter. Thanks for bringing it up. I had not even really thought about it like that before. So, anything is possible, right? And I would tell you, I don't want to drag too far off subject, but I got to throw this out there while we're talking about this anything possible sort of thing. I've been doing a lot of studying lately on these mysterious staircases, and I don't know if you guys have heard about these, but I mean, apparently it's a big conversation amongst park rangers, where it's like they will find these staircases just in the middle of nowhere. And it's not like, oh, a stone staircase where a house used to be and the house is gone. No, it's like a new carpeted stairway with like balusters, or it's a Victorian winding stairway to nothing, and there's nothing but the stairs there. And it's just a fascinating subject, And so if you really want to get out in left field and talk about anything being possible, I mean, just what's that about, So I get that for me, like, nothing's really off the plate. I just put certain things in certain categories. And for now, for me, Dogman is in that category over there. But I really hope that one day somebody proves me wrong, Yeah, that's cool, bro. I've heard of Rougarous before. Of course, I've heard of many things being referred to as a rougarou, so I'm not really sure if the creature is canine or not by lore. I prefer my Bigfoot like this guy. Friendly, calm, stoic, not angry. Kathy, I've seen so many of your pictures. I'd have to say maybe, but if you want to shoot it over to me, through the email or through Messenger, I'd be glad to look at it. I'd have to look at it. No, actually, I could look at it right now, but if you send it over, I'll check it out. I will say that if you guys watched, I don't think it was the last video, I think it was the one before that, I featured a couple of videos from Monsters from Maine, a guy called Scott Loomis. Not only did he have a stellar Bigfoot picture, one of his pictures had like some pointed ears and it did kind of look like a wolf. So, maybe. Hello, Olin. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think that was a compliment. I'm not 100% sure yet, but thank you. One-eyed Bigfoot. I will look that up. Yeah, Kathy, I don't remember which one you're talking about specifically, so like I said, if you get the opportunity to shoot that over to me, I'd be curious to know which one it is. Well, I just have not seen enough to really consider it a subject yet, Kathy. I mean, one of these days, I feel like it's getting there. Maybe it's just on the heels of Bigfoot, it's like Bigfoot is a little further along as far as curiosity goes. Now, I had written this picture off as being fake, and the reasoning is, well, I think I believe it was a computer generated picture from like Animal Planet or Discovery Channel, one of those guys. And I want to say I'd seen this picture in color, and somebody had turned it into black and white for whatever reason. So I pretty well settled that it was fake. Somebody in the comments last week when I did the video told me that I was wrong, that it came from this certain channel, that it was real. I did not go check out that channel, so I'm not sure how that's going to turn out yet. But maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do like a different. I'll put it on a different video if it turns out to be something with more story to it. You guys remember, like, maybe, I don't know if it was last time or maybe a month ago, we were talking about fairy braids, about horses that were randomly getting their mane braided, and they call it fairy braids because I don't know, either that's just some cute way that people come up with to describe the unexplainable, or they actually believe that fairies braid their horses' hairs. I don't know. I tend to think that this is a Sasquatch Bigfoot related phenomenon, and this is a picture I wanted to talk about it last time, but I didn't have the picture. I have it now. This is an actual braid in a horse's mane. And I don't think that there's any reason that we should believe that Sasquatch can't braid hair. I mean, that just, to me, that seems crazy. I'm like, of course they know how to braid hair. As many years as they spent parallel with Native Americans, I think it's obvious that they would know how to braid hair. Flags on Dukes. No, no, I have not seen that. J Max. I kind of like that name. I changed my name. It's J to the max. Oh no. Not the tunes. Accidentally turned off the tunes. I apologize. Really? I mean, do we think that's Bigfoot related? Like braiding a town flag? That's weird. Of course, 80 years. That's also weird. Okay. Yeah, Kathy. All right, I just got your photo. I do recall this. Actually, now that you say it, I don't know if this is going to show up. No, that's not so bad. It's not great resolution given the situation, but it's well, phone on phone action here, but it's not bad. I see the ears you're talking about. I see the nose. It does have like some canine qualities. It's weird. It has like a purple thing going on there. Oh boy. Brandon, so did they keep the flags? Are they like on display somewhere? Hmm. Very cool, Kathy. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you remember, Kathy, I watermarked that photo for you back in the day. That's a good one. There you go, guys. Uh, I think this is the story that Brandon's talking about. You're talking about this photo, Kathy? This one? Yeah, I think I had cleaned that one up a long time ago and um, watermarked it for you. It's funny with this thing. You're either too close, so you can't see all of the picture, or you're too far away, so it's too distorted. Yeah, I was questioning what that purple was coming out of its mouth, Kathy. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That one eludes me. I don't even have a. When I say I don't know, it means I don't even have an opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm genuinely fairly opinionated on these things, but All right. So that's good. Now we have a new way of conveying pictures. You know, it's funny, guys. I was just talking about, if you guys are interested in seeing this, I was just talking about Expedition Bigfoot, right? These are pictures from our trip. They have these listening devices that you can hear various Bigfoot howls and stuff like that. Cool drawings. They have what's supposed to be a life-size Bigfoot there. I haven't been to a lot, Pamela. I will. There's your large. There's your Bigfoot dung sample. If I can get it to focus. Yeah, I haven't been to a lot. I went to that one, and I went to the one in Sutton, West Virginia. There's one in the Carolinas I want to go to, and I haven't been to the West Coast. I want to go. There's so many Bigfoot spots in Oregon that I have never been, you know. So not to harp on this picture, but this is actually the picture on the wall at the Bigfoot Museum. And they have this one too, which we now know is Mark Andrews' suit. But I just found it interesting that they very willingly had hoaxed photos on the wall, but I guess, you know, they don't really know any different, so I'll have to give them that one. Copy. I can get this to go away, that'd be great. There we go. Oh, I believe that's old Tim Whitfield. I'm sorry, James Whitfield. How's James doing, Kathy? Is he still kicking? I think if I remember correctly, James had to have like a pacemaker or something installed, I believe. So I know he was out of commission for a while, but I think he's doing all right now. Well, that's good to hear. All right, folks, I do believe we will wind it down. We are about 38 minutes overdue, but that's okay. We were having fun having our chit chat. I'll leave you with this picture here. This is a picture that we took on, let's see, Cassia Fountainhead, I believe is the area. It's right off Highway 44 in Central Florida. Down a nature trail, about halfway down a nature trail, I almost stepped right into this print here, which you can see the large heel imprint here, and the toes up in this area here, and the ball of the foot there, making this the left foot of the creature. And the only thing I had to scale was a water bottle, but still a cool picture, and we really enjoyed it. Oh, thank you, folks. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for joining us. We obviously will do this every other Friday. Let me go ahead and get a quick plug in here. If I can use my copy and paste abilities, there you go. Our merchandise store is launched. So if you're interested in grabbing a T-shirt or any sort of like coffee mug, or I know you like the coffee mug, Kathy. I know you like the coffee mug. Kathy got a freebie coffee mug for being so kind to us and getting us tickets to the Bigfoot conference and things like that. So we appreciate that. But if you feel like grabbing anything, we would appreciate that, obviously, just for advertising and stuff like that. And then, of course, our new channel, Cryptic Input, is out. If you're into dark paranormal and dark crime, we just released a new video yesterday called The Green Sunset, about dire consequences. Plus there's other videos on there that you may enjoy, so please go check that out, subscribe. We appreciate the support on that channel. So we're almost up to 100 subscribers, So we appreciate that, but we will be shooting for the necessary 1,000 to break that threshold. So we appreciate everyone that feels like it. Just jump over there and subscribe, and it wouldn't cost anything, and it would help us out. So, but I think that's all I have to say, guys. Obviously, we do offer memberships on the channel. It's $1.99 a month. If you want to help support the channel, hop over there and become a member. Either way, we're going to keep offering free content on this channel. So as long as YouTube will allow us, obviously, we don't get shut down again. But it's been fun hanging out with you guys, and I appreciate everything that you guys do. I appreciate you guys following us. And we will keep on with the keeping on, all right? So this is J Mac, and I'm out.